this SPRO screen, there is something provided by SAP called as migration to SAP S4 HANA Finance, which includes the processes for logistics also, like material ledger, the credit management that we talked about. So this is called as a cockpit. Now within this, you can see there are different activities. Okay, so making sure that all these activities are completely understood by you, okay, because this is something which is a responsibility of a functional consultant to execute this cockpit. Okay, so data migration, again, you can see credit management migration, material ledger migration also you'll be able to see somewhere here. Just a minute. Yeah, it is included in the general ledger migration here. Okay, so once you complete this, there are some activities which you need to perform as the post-migration activities. Okay, so all this cockpit, complete cockpit from the logistics point of view, we'll be discussing in the convergent cockpit session. The duration of this course will be around 30 hours. Okay, approximately 30 hours. It all depends upon how interactive we are in the session. Sometimes we may end up in 25, 26 hours also. Sometimes it can go above 32, 34 hours also. It all depends upon the level of interaction we are having. Okay, so now if you have any questions related to the course content, as I told you, please restrict yourself to course content itself. Don't ask the questions related to fees and all, because that is something that you will be getting the idea from the coordinators. Yes, so if you have any questions, you can just raise your hands in the, yes. So in the GoToMeeting link, you have the button to raise the hand. Just raise the hand and I'll just answer your question. Just a minute. Yeah, Vijay, I can see your hand is raised and I just unmuted you. Go ahead.
My main question was that I'm not into one of the core modules. I'm into mainly service management, plant maintenance kind of modules. In the main course, is anything you're going to touch those topics on the service management and plant maintenance, or it is not?
No, not exactly, because I'm going to focus only on these three core modules. I'll tell you the reason, because there are not much of changes as of today in the service management and plant maintenance modules. So that is the reason. And anyways, the target audience normally we have is MMSD and PP. So normally we take these three core modules in this course.
Oh, okay. And I have a related question. So SAP is still building that those areas for on top of S4 HANA, or
yes, definitely. No, there are a lot of things which will come in future. So maybe plant maintenance, service management, this is something which they will come in the future. So see, what is happening is they first came up with the financial simplifications. That is the reason they named the product as Simple Finance in 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they came up with the changes in the core modules, that is MM, SD, and PP. So 1511 was having the set of functionalities which are related to MM, SD, and PP. Now with 1610, they added some of the industries, and they also added the EWM as a part of SAP S4. So that is one thing which is already available. But from the PM and service management point of view, there are things in the pipeline, but as of now, there are not much of changes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Gaurav.
Even PS also. Yeah, thank you, Vijay. Yeah, any other questions? Please raise your hand so that I can unmute you. There are some questions on the chat screen. I'll just answer that. No, not exactly. Rohit, I just unmuted you. Go ahead. Sorry, Funny, I just unmuted you. Go ahead.
Do you supply any SAP material on this along with this course?
Yes, that will be supplied by the coordinators. So they will be supplying you the certification materials, plus I'll be providing you the PPTs which I have created from various different sources, collecting the data from various different sources. And also you will be getting the recordings of each and every session, so that if you even miss a session, or maybe 6 months down the line you forgot something, so you can go through these video sessions and just it will help you in understanding that.
Once the course is done, can I go for certification?
Certification as of now it is not available, but definitely because the material is something which is available from SAP, so definitely you can go ahead with the certification.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Funny. Rohit, I just unmuted you now.
Yeah, hi Gaurav. Actually, I just wanted to understand that in this, will you be covering any integration with other systems like any other external system or how SAP communicates? And would there be any project or anything, dummy project that we'll be going through after the course?
See, integration point of view, as I told you, integration is not changed. So the way in which the integration works, let's take an example of CRM, SRM, APO, all these functionalities, whatever integration interfaces you were using, they will work as it is. If you're
Okay.
talking from Ariba, Hybris point of view, there also the integration will work as it is. Only thing is, SAP S4 provides the inbuilt functionality, inbuilt plugins, which will help you to connect Ariba, Hybris in a simpler way. But apart from that, there is no further integration simplifications as of now. Now coming to the project, as I told you, whatever things we are talking about here in the practical, this will be done directly in 1610 by creating our own company. So it will not be only display, it will be creation in front of you. Whatever transactions we'll be carrying out, whatever output determination, credit management, all these things we'll be directly doing in the system. And obviously it is expected from all of you because see, it is the professional training, so I cannot force you have to submit a project or like that, but it is always better for you if you parallelly create your own 2-3 company codes and do parallelly whatever activities we are doing, so that you will be coming up with a lot of questions and we can have that addressed.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Gaurav.
Okay, right. Siva Sankar, I just unmuted you. I think you have muted yourself. Just unmute yourself and proceed with your question. Yes.
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi. So yes, related to APO, do you have any training on this, like any changes to SAP HANA S4?
APO, the changes are planned. Okay, in 1610 there are only basic things which are directly available in S4, but the complete functionality, like what is planned, is still not available. So we are expecting in 1710.
So when is that, like 1710 can be?
1710 is 2017 10th month. See, 1610 is 10th month of 2016, October 2016. 1710 is expected in October 2017.
Okay. So I have one more question related to what kind of experience do you have it on in S4 HANA? Have you implemented anything, or you did any conversion related or any projects like that? The reason
Yes.
why you just put a pressure on saying that conversion processes, So did you have a hand-on experience on such kind of projects?
Yes, exactly. Otherwise, it is not very easy to speak about, because we are working on, like as I told you, from last 2.5, I think, when SAP Simple Finance came into the picture. It was around 2014, I think. So I got into this team where we were developing. We got the, what we can say, the test server on which we were supposed to do the POCs and show it to the customer. So after the POCs, we successfully completed 2 migration projects on Simple Finance. Okay, and from 1511 point of view, we already completed 1 migration project. One implementation is still going on. Okay, but implementations, as I told you, it is a very straightforward project. Most complicated is the system conversion. So to answer your question, I worked on 2 migration projects on Simple Finance and 1 migration project on SAP S4 HANA 1511. But 1610, as you know, this is still new. So it is under the POCs now. There are a lot of POC projects which are going on. In POCs also, we are supposed to like take the ECC system, convert it so that we can show it to the customer. So pilot projects we are done, but on 1610 we are still not completed any full-fledged project.
So may I ask you on which area you worked on this? You said a simple finance. Are you a finance guy or are you a...
No, see, if I tell you my background, I started as an FICO, okay, and then I moved into the solution architect kind of role. So I worked for 5 years on the solution architect, where my responsibility was not related to any particular area. It was like the complete process understanding and designing from how the integration will take place and all such things. Okay, but from SAP S4 HANA point of view, when SAP launched 1511, I undergone various trainings on 1511. So whatever things, like whatever I'm talking about, it's in terms of material ledger, pricing, all these things we have performed in real time. That is the reason I'm much comfortable on these particular things.
Okay. Thank you, Gaurav.
Yeah. Thank you. So, sorry, who was that? So, Sankara, I just need to mute you. Yes. Surya, I just unmuted you. Go ahead.
Gaurav, when you say that you're going to create a new company codes,
1 minute.
are you going to create a new OBYC and VKOA that integration also?
Definitely. Because when we are creating, see, I'm not going to copy the company code. Normally, even in the live projects, we just copy the company code and we don't know what is happening in the background. There are a lot of things which gets copied automatically. But I don't want to do that. So whatever things we'll be doing, OBYC, VKOA, other new things which are available in SAP S4, all these things we are going to do it manually. But again, keep one thing in mind, we are not going to configure each and everything in MM and SD. We are only going to configure the things which are changed. Okay, so don't expect that I am going to train entire MM, entire SD, entire PP. It will be only delta changes which are highlighted here.
Which means that you said you are going to cover one end-to-end cycle, right? Which means even when you do MRP price estimate everything, are you going to create even product costing?
No, why you need product costing in this scenario? In any of the scenario where you need the product costing?
No, what I'm saying, say for example, when you want to do MRP, so you need to add some controlling functionalities also, right?
So see, when I'm talking about MRP, I'm talking about MRP Live. Now in MRP Live, the changes are in terms of the process, like the new transaction codes, plus what will happen in the background, and you will be seeing how soon the data is getting affected and which are the new transaction codes through which you can specify whether you want to perform the MRP using the old logic or the new logic. What are the new screens available? What are the new configurations available? But product costing point of view, I don't think there is any requirement to perform this MRP lab, because I just want to show you what has been changed compared to the classic MRP.
Okay.
Okay, Surya, I just unmuted you. Sorry, muted you. Sheikh, Mr. Sheikh, I just unmuted you now. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. See, my question is, I just want to understand on this, what I understood is SAP is still building this product. It is coming up with new versions
Right.
as per plan, right? So now what I understand from you is there is another version of S4 which would be coming up in the month of October, right?
Right. Not only one version. It will keep on adding more and more functionalities in next 2-3 years. So they have the plan for next 3 years as of today.
Okay. So
So there are a
functionalities in
lot
the
of
sense.
improvements in their plan.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that there are a lot of improvements which are planned. So for next 3 years, they have the complete plan. What are the things which are going to come in future?
Okay. They are going to add new things in the sense they are going to add new modules to this, or they will change the existing whatever the deltas that we have in SD, MM, and PP. That will remain as it is, or they'll still change even the other functionalities apart from what is listed on this screen.
See, normally speaking, if I talk about how they are going is they first identified the financial area. Whatever simplifications they wanted to make into financials, they first made that simplifications, right? After that, they concentrated on core modules of whatever I talked about, MM, PP, and SD. So the focus of 1511 was MM, SD, and PP. Okay. Now their focus in future in 1610, their focus was to bring more and more EWM functionalities directly on S4. Okay, but they only managed to bring some of the functionalities. So that is something which is again one area which will come in 1710. APO is planned to be available within S4. That is something again which is expected in 1710. So from the core modules point of view, if I talk about MMSD PP, there is no further plans like what they are going to bring, because whatever was expected that was delivered in 1511. But it doesn't mean that nothing will change, because it is an integrated product, right? Let's say, for example, tomorrow if they bring APO, because of APO, there is some change in the MM, just some small integration setting. So that may be possible, but not the complete functionality will change from this core modules point of view.
Okay, right. Whatever the changes they have done for this module, that will remain as it is. Maybe a slight changes which will come based on the integration point.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. So in your experience, have you seen any of the major clients started implementing this simple logistics, and what's the success ratio, or how is their experience? Do you have any idea on that?
So definitely, see, there are a lot of clients who are, see, I'll give you one simple example. Let's say if you are a customer and you are looking for SAP implementation, what you will do? Will you go for ECC as of today or SAP S4? You definitely will go for S4, right? Because there is no point going over ECC today and then moving to S4. So there are a lot of new implementations. Whatever new implementations are going today in the market, most of them are on SAP S4. And the big customers who are already using SAP from many years, they are already started at least the POC kind of project so that they can identify what are the benefits that they are going to get. Some of the customers are already converted, they started the project, maybe, see, it is not a small project, just try to understand, because if you are running on ECC from last many years, and if you immediately plan to move to SAP S4, it takes a huge change management, right? So they will start with, let's go with HANA first, then let's go with Simple Finance, then go with SAP S4 HANA. So there are some big clients who are doing like this, while there are other clients who are directly going to SAP S4 HANA 1511. So if I give you the total feedback of the market, it is mixed feedback. So not all the customers are directly going to SAP S4. Some of the customers are first going to HANA. There are some customers who are taking this leap and directly going to SAP S4. And new implementations are obviously on S4. So including all, there are many projects which are going into the market as of today.
Okay. Okay, that's correct. The new implementation, I agree that they definitely go for S4, but like, I think most of the Fortune 500 companies, SAP has almost occupied the complete market, big market, right? So having built this ECC implementation for around, I think in my experience, I have seen companies implementing ECC. It took around 5 to 8 years for them to implement the total product.
No, this will be shorter duration. I'll tell you why. Because that is the reason SAP came up with this new methodology. There are a lot of new things in the Activate methodology which will make sure that your project timeline has been minimized.
Okay.
Okay, because what SAP is suggesting now is the agile way of implementation, which means don't go with big bang. Just go with the simplifications which you want today. Keep on adding the simplifications. So no need to do all at once.
Okay. Let's take an example, a company which has implemented ECC for about 3-4 years. How much time will it take for them to migrate or convert into S4HANA? Approximate.
No, that is the same thing. So it all depends on various different factors, which version they are using, whether they are already using HANA or not, okay, how much data they are having. But if you talk about the project start and project end, many projects can be completed in 2 to 3 months also, because that is the capability of Activate. But again, it depends upon which functionalities you are going for, whether you are going for more and more functionalities or you want to restrict it to core functionalities. There are a lot of questions like that.
Okay. Okay, and I just last one question. I think what I understood is this S4 will give you an interface called SAP Fiori, from wherein we can have the accessibility of end user transactions as well as the consultant transactions, I mean SPRO transactions. Am I correct on that?
Yes, it will give, but as of today, for SPRO, SAP has still not provided any Fiori apps. Very few apps are available on cloud version. If you talk on-premise doesn't provide guided configuration as of today. So SPRO, whatever you're talking about, that is something called as guided configuration. So that guided configuration is already available in cloud, but again, to a very small extent. There are a lot of things which are expected in future. But from the user point of view, most of the apps as of 16.10 are available, so they can directly do their transactions directly using Fiori apps.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Gaurav. That's it from my end.
Okay. Dhananjay, I just unmuted you.
Hi, Gaurav. Sorry, I joined late, and I'm seeing the course structure now. Okay. There are a few queries from my end, as I'm a SD functional consultant. Okay. So SAP logistics would be preferred for me, right? To do S4 HANA. Right. So first thing is that after doing this course, okay, means are we going to be prepared for any certifications? And if you want to go for certification from our end, so would this course make us capable of going for an certification exam?
Yes, definitely. So see, what methodology I am following is I have taken whatever contents, whatever theoretical, practical sessions I am going to do, they are taken from these materials which are provided from SAP itself. So if you wish to appear in the exam, definitely you will be also getting some of the documents by going through which you can easily appear in the exam. And during this course, if you come across a let's say a topic which you are not able to understand, so that is also something we are going to discuss in detail.
Okay. And what would be the certification? Means what certification we are going to write? Means do you have any idea about it?
As of today, the SAP has still not provided any certification from logistics point of view. Certification is only available from finance point of view. But that is something which we need to wait and watch. Which name, what certification SAP is coming up? Whether they are coming up with one common certification or they are going to divide it into different modules. That is something which we need to wait and watch.
I think so. Currently, SAP HANA and S4 HANA certification is there, right? Which considers of BW HANA and HANA.
That is basic certification. That is technical. If you go for SAP HANA, that is from the technical point of view. It has nothing to do with SAP S4. So you need to first differentiate between what is SAP S4 HANA and SAP HANA. SAP HANA is a database. SAP S4 HANA is an application which is replacement to ECC. So that is something we will be able to understand in first two sessions.
Okay, now I understood because I was a bit confused between SAP HANA and S4 HANA. Okay, so for us, for functional consultants, we should look for SAP S4 HANA and not SAP HANA, right?
Exactly. If you want to change your line to technical, and only in that case you should take for HANA, but otherwise SAP S4 HANA is something which is for the functional consultants.
Okay, okay. So no need of going into other. Means I was searching for other courses also, in which many things were means considered on it, like BW for HANA and all that data
So
reporting and.
that are all
Okay,
different kind of products which are developed on HANA. So SAP S4 is one of that.
okay. So basically, we should look for S4, right, and not for simple HANA. Okay,
Yes, S4.
fine, fine. And how much duration the course is of?
Around 30 hours, approximately 30 hours.
30 hours, and it would be on weekends or weekdays?
It will be on weekends, but the details when exactly that will be started and all you can check with the coordinators.
Okay, fine. That's it from mine.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Gaurav.
Yes, Mr. Puri, I just unmuted you. You need to unmute yourself.
Hey,
Yes.
So this product is still under development, right? It's not at full-fledged whatever we have currently in 1610, right?
Sorry, can you just repeat?
The product is not at full-fledged, right? As far as logistics concerned.
No.
So,
See, you need to differentiate. Like when we are saying this is still not a complete product, this doesn't mean that SAP is not selling this. Okay, this product is full-fledged from the functionalities which are already simplified, but there are a lot of other things which are expected in future, the simplifications which will come in the future. So as of today, whatever 1610 is, it is a completed product. When we talk about 1610, it is a completed project, right?
also, I also have WM in this. Do we have any WM functionality also? Or,
In 1610, EWM has been embedded within S4, but again some of the functionalities, not the complete functionalities. So 1710, we are expecting all the EWM functionalities will be available within S4. Okay,
So
thank you. Sorry, you go ahead.
So we have to keep on searching for any new updates from SAP from time to time.
Yes, so no need to search. I'll be providing all that links, very important links, through which you will keep yourself updated. So no need to search for different links. One link will give you the entire information.
So this Fiori is the front end, right? That's what I understood. The Fiori is
Yes,
something like front end for your S4 HANA.
right. It is a front end for S4 HANA.
So where you can only access through your tabs or mobiles, right?
Yes.
So you're going to cover Fiori also on your course.
Overview on Fiori, because yes, overview on Fiori, like how Fiori will look like, how you can do the transactions from Fiori, but the development, because when you say it is a user interface, so new Fiori apps for adding a new screen and all, that is something which will be taken care by the technical, as it is today. Even today, if you want to develop a new screen, you call your web consultant, right?
Okay, thank you.
KM, I don't know the full name. Go ahead with your question. Hello?
Hey Gaurav, this is Karthik. My question is, this is Karthik.
Yeah.
My question is, on a typical migration project when we're moving from ECC to HANA, what will be a typical functional consultant's role or activities be? Because from the session, my understanding was more of a technical process than a functional process.
Right. So see, if we talk about, let's say starting from here. Now, let's say for example, converting the customers, vendors into the business partner. This is something which you need from the master data point of view. Okay, but apart from this, like whatever changes are there, pricing changes, output determination changes, credit management changes, rebate processing, again from point of view, material ledger activation, output determination, let's talk about the pricing again same. So these are some of the things, even from MRP, PP point of view, MRP live configuration. So all these things is actually the responsibility of the functional consultant.
So that's only 30% now, because most of the master data configuration, you're saying that it's already...
Yes. Around 30% change in the processes of the standard core functionalities.
Right. I mean, the business, I mean, the SAP change only 30%, but, let's say if I go on to a project, client has ECC, is moving to SAP HANA, what would I be doing typically? Because data conversion, let's say configuration. Configuration, you're saying that, they're already providing standard set of tools to move, so there will be more of a technical job. Master data, somebody, a data services consultant might be doing. So what would I be doing there? I'm just trying to understand.
See, first of all, for example, if a customer, let's say your company has got a project in which customer is looking to migrate from the ECC to S4. So do you think the initial discussion will be started from the technical consultant directly without understanding the functional requirements? You need to create a POC, you need to show the customer what all benefits will be realized from the functional point of view. Once he agrees on to that, it will be your responsibility to create a delta design document showing the demos to the customer, getting the business blueprinting sign off. Like here, the term business blueprinting is something you will get the idea, and Activate it has been changed with the delta design, but just to give you the term which is very like you are comfortable with. So creating the document, performing the delta configurations, converting the documents which are available already in ECC into SAP S4, that is something which will be done by you as a functional consultant, not by the technical guy. Okay, so there are this kind of things that you will be responsible.
Because the delta is basically, I'm not really changing the business process, but I'm basically, in S4 HANA, we're not really changing the business process, but we're changing how we are going to use the system, right?
Right.
Because, master data, like you talked, earlier I used to have like tens of different key codes to create master data. Now I'm using only one transaction code, so that's not really a delta. I'm just using a different transaction code to do it.
Right. So who will be explaining them these transaction codes?
Okay. So, if the business process did not change, the way I'm using
definitely. See, system is created to support the business process. You cannot change the business process. You only can change the way in which the system supports to carry out that business process, right? So that is something which has been changed. Business process will definitely not change. You cannot ask your customer to create a PO before a PR.
So basically what has to be like, at the starting of the project and maybe training the users and post-go support kind of thing.
Yes.
So all the migration process is more of a technical thing. All the configuration migration, master data migration, transaction data migration is more of a technical process. So when you say understanding the consumption process and tools,
this is not a technical. SAP is not like you don't need to create any LSMWs and BDCs to migrate. SAP has provided a tools. You need to run that tools as a functional consultant. It will be your responsibility to convert that master data, transactional data. It is your responsibility to understand the cockpit.
Okay. Because my understanding was that the conversion process will be driven by technical team. So are you saying that it's going to be more of a functional responsibility?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Sheikh, go ahead. I think you have a question again.
Yeah, one last question. So I heard you saying that now S4 HANA implementation would not be an SAP methodology. It will be an Activate methodology.
Yes, SAP is recommending to use SAP Activate methodology instead of SAP.
SAP. So in SAP we have project preparation phase, blueprinting phase, realization, and all this. In Activate methodology, what are the steps?
If I give you the names of, it will not help you. That is the reason you need to understand. We'll talk about this in our third session, but I'll just give you the phase names. It is prepare, explore, realize, and deploy. So if you see, it is not the complete change. Like prepare is, you had the preparation phase. The explore is something which is same as business blueprinting. Then you have realize, which is common as realization, and then you have deploy. But most importantly, the things, the activities that you perform in the prepare and explore phase, they are changed a bit. Okay, so for example, just one key point which will differentiate between the two is now in S4 or by using the Activate methodology, you will be showing the system on the first day itself to the user. Normally we don't do any demo. We understand theoretically their business processes and create a document without showing them the system. But now it is, everything is starting with the system demonstration.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Ramji. You muted yourself. You need to, yes, go ahead.
Okay. So Gaurav, my question is regarding the customization. If in case customer is asking for any customization that need to be implemented, So my question is regarding that whether we can do that things in SAP S4 HANA, and what will be the role of technical person in this case?
See, whatever customizations, now see there are two type of customizations basically. In ECC, whatever new screens or maybe the change in this existing screen that we were doing, there was only one user interface, that was the normal traditional GUI. But now in SAP S4 we have two kind of interfaces. One is the traditional GUI is still available and it will continue to be available till the time all the things are not moved to SAP Fiori. So as of today many things are available on SAP Fiori, but as I told you the configuration is still available in the traditional GUI. So now when you are talking about the customization, it may be related to the traditional GUI or it may be related to SAP Fiori. So if it is related to traditional GUI or in some of the bodies, BAPIs, whatever ABAP objects, then definitely it will be the responsibility of ABAP, and ABAP will remain as it is. It was whatever things they were doing, they will keep on doing the same things. There is obviously some new coding logic in HANA, but again it is not making any difference for us. So we'll be giving them the requirement, they will be changing it. But from the new user interface point of view, from Fiori point of view, ABAP will not be able to help you. There is a separate set of skills required, which is UFI and Fiori technical knowledge which is required. So this new consultants will help you in making the changes on the Fiori. But in short, you can perform your customizations as required.